Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and in today's video we're going to be doing the theory video for episode 614, GRENDIAPER, I think it's now pronounced GRENDIAPER, or Kucherak, I think it's Kucherak, that's definitely not how I pronounce it either way. Anyway, let's get into it, and sadly we have no synopsis. I know people were talking about there being a synopsis last night in my comments section. I had a look into it, turns out the one you're all thinking about is a fake synopsis, so please disregard anything you've seen. The account who made it posts a lot of fake things, and I don't think they have ever really been right. So, I wouldn't believe anything they say. Anyway, so, let's get into the title. Like I said, all this time, I do think I've been pronouncing it incorrectly. I've been saying GRENDIAPER, but I'm pretty sure after we got that trailer, we have, like, this person akumatized with a dummy or a pacifier in their mouth. Pretty sure it's now diaper, nappies, as we call them in here in the UK, the things babies wear. So, sorry about that. But to be fair, I didn't know this episode title was really confusing me. So, we have the name, the diaper part of the name, I think that's fairly obvious what's going on, it's referring to a baby, a child, and then the gren part. First of all, I was like, oh, does it mean, like, grand? French for tall, but I was like, this is an English title, not the French title. And then I thought, well, maybe it kind of refers to grenades, explosives, as we saw in that teaser from TF1 yesterday. The Akuma villain has some kind of explosive projectile on their person, so I'm assuming that's what the name means altogether. As for the French name, I won't lie to you, I am a bit confused about the French title for this episode. The verb coucher means to sleep, but I'm not sure if that's what the title is referring to, and then the other part of the word, the Iraq part, I'm not sure. I did check words like grenade and explosion, but grenade and explosion are the same in French and English. So if any French speakers could help, that would be absolutely wonderful. So based on the English analysis of the title, if we interpret literally with the diaper or the nappy, I would assume the Akuma victim is a baby. Obviously at the minute we have two babies in the show. We have Harmony, who is Miss Boustier's baby, and August, but I'm not sure if baby August is still a baby. They were a baby in seasons 1 to 5, which was over the same year, so they're possibly now toddler August rather than a baby. And they obviously, I do think it stands to reason, if it is a baby getting akumatized, they can't tell Chrissy Pop what name they would like, so I would think Lila chooses their name for them. However, while that seems like the obvious route, if we take Dragon Titan for example, that Akuma wasn't very good because it didn't matter what Gabriel told August. August was still a baby, he has the brain of a baby. However, with the trailer, it does seem the Akuma villain does have some semblance of higher thought. You know, they go for Ladybug and Cat Noir, they get tied up, so they go for the next thing, which is to shoot explosions at them if they can't, you know, squish them with their arms. So I just feel, I'm not saying that's a completely intelligent move to make, but I feel, in comparison to Dragon Titan, I definitely feel that's certainly a step up from what Dragon Titan would have been able to do. So part of me thinks it's perhaps not a baby because of that. And I saw a comment that had like an idea about this Akuma villain not being a baby. So I can see this episode being about a child who's growing up and can't accept or cope. The pacifier is one of the best examples of this change, since you need to leave it behind when you start to grow up, but it can be very difficult because of the habit of using them. And the villain's design reflects an image of something serious but still incorporates childish elements that maybe shouldn't be there, especially the pacifier. The effect it has on some babies makes it difficult to take it away from them. It could be baby August, now a little older, to be a reference to the past adventures and the changes that need to come next. Thank you very much for that comment. However, I do have some reservations about the idea due to the only other image we have that I'm pretty sure is from this episode, which is of a roller coaster, a theme park. So perhaps the Akuma victim in this episode is a child who isn't tall enough to ride the roller coaster. There are often height restrictions for a lot of theme park rides due to safety, and this child isn't tall enough since, you know, they're a child, they're not fully grown yet. Obviously I know some children are quite tall, I was quite tall growing up, but not everybody is. Some children stay quite small for a while. So I think Chrissy Pop could, one, give them the power to be taller, since this Akuma villain is so heckin' huge, right? But also destroy things like a roller coaster in their anger. As we know, Chrissy Pop is very supportive. So this is one reason why I have reservations about this idea, because if a child is getting akumatized, giving them a dummy or a pacifier and a name with the word diaper in it, it would further infantilize them, unless it's done more from the perspective that Lila's like, you know, I understand you, adults don't get children, they're really dismissive of you, let's make a very obviously childlike villain, but one who is really dangerous, to show adults what they can really do. So all of that obviously brings around the natural question of who is this Akuma villain? And honestly right now I feel there is no obvious character for this, so I actually think it could be a brand new character, in my opinion. And obviously who they are, I don't know, because I don't know them. But as for the rest of the plot of the episode, I definitely think it could be a more filler episode, not quite as serious as some of the other episodes, which I personally don't have a problem with. They can't all be serious, you need to break it up a little bit. And I know it's probably not in the chronological order, but the episode before this in the production order is Yakusai Gozen, and that was more serious. Obviously we had Chrissy Pop's first like proper outing outside of, I'm assuming, her lair. I don't know, we haven't seen it properly yet, like where she is when she akumatizes people. So I feel like it stands to reason that it's possibly more fillerish, which is fine. I'm in the mood for a fun episode. And also a lot of people in the comments were saying this is a nighttime episode, and a lot of the nighttime episodes often have scenes of Marinette with Cat Noir. Now, I'm not sure what that dynamic is going to be like now, since Marinette is with Adrien, so Cat Noir is going to have feelings for Marinette, but he can't really do much about them because he isn't with her as Cat Noir, he's with her as Adrien. And obviously Marinette is in love with Adrien now, not Cat Noir like she was for a bit in season 5. But I don't think they really had much interaction as Marinette and Cat Noir since Elation, I'm pretty sure. So if that's going to be the case, I'm going to be excited to see what their dynamic is like. But again, there is no evidence to say we are going to have some Marinette and Cat Noir scenes. It's just because it happens at night time. I might totally be wrong. Anyway, besties, that's everything I have. I hope we get the trailer soon. But I don't know. I'd love to know what you think of this, and I will see you in the next one.